Hi guys, I will be doing this simple makeup look and I will be going into how I color correct because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation around my eyes and my mouth. I will also talk about how I do this look. It's a very, it's somewhere between glam and natural, I feel. Actually, no, it is slightly glam. Like it's not super glam, but it's slightly glam. And let's get right into it then. I think I should say it beforehand. I'm not a makeup artist. This is what I do when if I'm going out or whenever. I don't color correct for office because that's a bit much and I usually don't have that much time in the morning. So, let's begin. For the purpose of this video, I'll use the Becca corrector in papaya. I really like its tacky consistency. I gently layer it down on all the places where I feel I need color correction. So that would be around my eyes, around my mouth. Sometimes I do a little bit on the sides of my nose because there is a little bit of pigmentation there. I put a super thin layer down, like I do not go heavy handed at all. I'm sorry about the traffic noise that comes through. I'm trying to figure out my sound situation and it will be sorted by next month, I feel. It looks very excessive right now and it will look horrible before it looks better. Just trust the process. Now, when you look absolutely terrifying, just go ahead and take some loose powder because we will use this to lock that corrector in place and then go in with the foundation. The good thing about this one, NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Loose Powder, is that it doesn't become like a weird pasty thing afterwards because a lot of powders they have this consistency of becoming very pasty if you put it on the corrector and then go on top of it with some foundation. This one doesn't do it, which is really good. So this one is NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in Banana, and I'll just lightly lock my corrector into place. The next step is putting on the foundation. I'm taking this ELF Flawless Finish Foundation in linen. I am really liking this. It's not too matte, it's not too creamy, it's the perfect in-between shade. And because I live in India, which is a hot country, those from India would know it helps to have a foundation that doesn't melt off your face the moment you step out in the sun. I will lightly dot it around. I'm going in with my Flower Beauty sponge. It's comparable to the Beauty Blender, which is saying something because I think it retails for literally half of what Beauty Blender retails for. Since in India, Beauty Blender is for 1500 rupees, and this one is for 800 rupees. And I know it's still a lot, but if you were to compare it with a Beauty Blender and you're getting that kind of quality, I think it's worth it. But of course, if you don't want to spend so much money on a blender, it's understandable. You can go in with other affordable brands like Real Techniques, and there are several other sponges available on Amazon, your regular makeup sponges, and they do the work just as well. I'm tapping, not dragging, because if I drag, I will move the corrector under there as well. Right now it looks like that the corrector hasn't completely been covered. That is fine because I'll put concealer on top of it. If you don't want to go in with the concealer, just use a little bit of more foundation around your eyes and you'll be done. The next step is using a concealer. I'm using the 16 Hour Camo Concealer by ELF. It also has the same consistency as the foundation. It's not very matte, it's not very creamy, it's like perfect in between. And it doesn't set that quickly either. It's comparable to Tarte Shape Tape, which is like one of the best things ever because Tarte Shape Tape is a little expensive. Elf is not so much, and especially if you're living in India, getting Tarte would also involve waiting for a substantial period of time, like a month or so before it arrives at your doorstep. And then add to that the custom duty and everything is just a headache. I wish I was living in US because getting beauty products would be so much easier, but it's okay. I think India is getting there. We are slowly getting major brands in India, which we couldn't have dreamed of like 5 years ago, maybe. So, as soon as I've put the concealer on, the correction is like the red color tint is all gone, and so have the dark circles. And always go in with thin layers of corrector, foundation, concealer. That would help your makeup from not looking very cakey. I'm going to go in again with some loose powder, and this time all over the place. This would literally lock in my entire base, and this makeup is going to stay on for the entire day. So now your base is all set. We can go in with our normal makeup. I think I will use Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1. The colors are super rich in here. I always take a little bit of the product and then do this to take the excess off. I'm not doing, and even then, see, there's so much product. This palette is amazing. So I'm just lightly shading my eyes, doing simple makeup. I would probably not go in with such a strong color if I was going to office. Actually, I wouldn't even be wearing an eyeshadow if I was going to office. So I'm just really blending it out because these colors are saturated as hell. I'll go in with the same color. I used Abbey from this Saharan palette, volume 1. And I will shade my under eyes. Not under eyes, this, I'm not sure what this part is called. If you use the same color that you've used on top, it really brings the whole eye together. Just gonna put some mascara. This is the Warrior Princess mascara by Flower Beauty, comparable to Too Faced, Better Than Sex, because the wand on this one is like in that infinity symbol shape. I'll use Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade on my eyebrows. This is in dark brown. I always brush my eyebrows down, shade a little bit on top to give it that arched look. Sort of brings my eyebrow up a little bit, brush it back up. So this brushing down shading technique I learned from Lisa Eldridge. She's a celebrity makeup artist based out of London. So by shading here and here, the eyebrow now has that shape, that mountain shape, and I really like that shade. I'll do the same thing here. I'll take the same brush that I used to put my loose powder in and take Abbey on top of it. Take the excess off and then lightly go in on my cheeks. I'm concentrating on the higher part of my cheeks And the reason why I'm using the same color is so it really brings the whole look together, like it ties everything together. Do the same thing again for the other cheek. Because my eyes and cheeks are already burgundy-ish, maroonish, I will go in with a very neutral lip shade. So I'm using LA Girl lip liner in dark brown. I'm following the natural line of my lips and slowly I will overline a little bit. And because I don't want the liner to be this strong, because already my eyes and cheeks are quite prominent, I'll just take my finger and rub on top of the liner. Then I'll take a neutral lipstick. This is by KKW Beauty in nude 4. It looks like this. This will further bring the darkness of the lip liner down, but still give that ombre shade effect. Also, if you notice, I do have a lot of darkness around my mouth, and sometimes when I overlined with dark lip liners, it looks a little iffy. So I go in with my concealer around my mouth, wherever I feel there's a little bit of darkness that needs to be subdued. Take the sponge and tap it out. If you want, and this step is not at all necessary if you don't want to do it, you can just lightly put some loose powder on top of those places where you have laid down the concealer. So this entire exercise of putting concealer around your lips, it looks a bit excessive, but if you have hyperpigmentation like I do, it brings the focus back to your lips instead of the hyperpigmentation. So that's the look, and I hope you guys like it. Please like, share, and subscribe. It would really help my channel. The engagement helps because it helps push the video out to the others in the public. I will try to figure out the sound situation, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.